Hi everyone, this is a brief introduction to this instrument that we call the pFEAR. The P is silent. pFEAR stands for Predictive Factors of Evolution Acceptance and Reconciliation. It measures factors that we know have an influence on how much students accept evolution. So we're going to go through those factors now. First, religious influence on evolution acceptance. This measures the extent to which students rely on religious influences like leaders, readings, etc., in forming their opinions about evolution. A high value would indicate that religion is highly influential in their decisions about evolution. Second, general religious influence. This measures the extent to which students rely on religion when making decisions about controversial issues in general, things like reproductive technology, same-sex marriage, etc. A high value would indicate again that religion plays a large role in their decisions concerning controversies in general. The third is scientific influence on evolution acceptance. This measures the extent to which students rely on scientific sources like professors or textbooks, etc., in forming their opinions about evolution. A high value would indicate that scientific sources are highly influential in their decisions about evolution. The fourth is general scientific influence. This measures the extent to which students rely on scientific data when making decisions about controversial issues in general, things like climate change, vaccines, GMOs. A high value would indicate that science plays a large role in their decisions concerning controversies in general. And the last is feelings of conflict between science and religion. This measures the extent to which students feel there is a conflict directly between science and religion. A high value would indicate high feelings of conflict that may then influence their evolution acceptance. The instrument then includes measures of the acceptance of three facets of evolutionary theory. These three facets all come from a published inventory called the Inventory of Student Evolution Acceptance, or the IC. It measures student acceptance of three different facets. So the first is microevolution. These are things like small adaptations through natural selection. So a high value indicates high acceptance of microevolution. The second is macroevolution, again from this published inventory, and it measures students' acceptance of macroevolution, things like speciation events and common ancestry. A high value indicates high acceptance. And lastly, we have human evolution that measures students' acceptance of human evolution directly. And a high value would indicate high acceptance. So results of the instrument that you will see look like the following. So if I got these results from my class, and it's a combined average of class responses, this is what I would get from this. I would conclude that my students rely more on science than on religion on general controversial issues, but that when it comes to evolution, they rely more on religion than science. The results also indicate that they feel high levels of conflict between science and religion, and that they have high acceptance of microevolution, but much lower acceptance of macroevolution and a very low acceptance of human evolution. Knowing this information can help me better target my instruction to the areas where my students are struggling most. In this example, it might be appropriate to have an activity on the bounds of science and the bounds of religion as ways of knowing to help ease the conflict that they're feeling. I would also probably want to address the religious conflicts the students might be feeling specifically towards perhaps human evolution and help them reconcile this with what we are learning in our science class. So that's how you use this instrument. We've given you some instructions below on how to directly access it and give it to your class if you'd like.